Right now, there are about 5 to 7 different pricing strategies. Marketing 101, and marketing has changed, all right? Why do people shop at Walmart versus shopping at high-end stores, okay? Well, it depends on who they're going after. You gotta know the demographics, and not only the demographics, but the value graphics of your customer. So let's talk about the demographics of Black America. Okay, the average household income of African Americans is about, $44,000 a year. $44,000 a year. If you're looking at the average Black male, what is the average Black male in the United States? Well, high school, maybe a year or so of college, whatever. We're talking Black males now, okay? Is anywhere between $10,000 and $12,000 a year. So you got to know your pricing strategy. Now, what folks will do now, they look at the Beyonce tickets and look at, who's Beyonce going after? I mean, Beyonce is going after a different market segment altogether. But if you're talking holding a conference and that, and you want to do something, quote unquote, for your people, know who your people are. So if you want to find your people, go to Walmart. Go to Walmart and go to the children's section of Walmart. And who will you find? You'll find a single Black woman. Single Black woman who earns, on par, who earns anywhere from $29,000 to maybe $34,000 a year. $29,000 to $34,000 a year. What do they do to earn that $29,000 a year? What do they do for a business? And many of them are probably in the retail environment. Now, you're talking about your customer now. Retail, they work on, self-care, social service, type of businesses and the like. So there are about 5 to 7 different buying strategies. Sounds like the buying strategies. These folks are the folks that are into bling bling and this, that, and everything. So I sent the post for a 7-year period. I went after the same people. I did the same thing that, that this conference is going after. I tried to get the information so I could share it. And I sat before the people that they're offering. I had read the interview Robert Smith. I know it's only going to be a time when I interview Robert Smith. But everybody else I interviewed, Tyler Perry, Damon John, spent a day with Kirk Franklin. I mean, Janice Bryant, Howard, you name it. As a matter of fact, I interviewed and surveyed folks who I never told this story. Folks who I'm waiting for the right time to share the story. I told you I quit counting at 150 interviews and not one charged me. Why? Man, Dr. we believe in what you're doing. Man, we hope your book sells a zillion copies because my people need to read it, they need to hear it. That's why I went off on a tangent. Why? Because I wanted to start a movement. And I'm still starting a movement. Thinking Reach a Black Choice was introduced in 1991. You can count the days that it hasn't been listed according to Amazon in the top 100. You could probably count the hours that it hasn't. Why? Because I'm out to make a difference, man. You tell me what it's like. People say, if you really knew what it's like to teach at an HBCU, you would run. Oh man, that's good when you teach there, you got the best and brightest. Yeah, I got the best and brightest, but I see sometimes the best and brightest when they're climbing the rough side of the mountain. That's Kimbro, I gotta go to my part-time job, man. I don't have money for gas. Okay, here, man, take 20. Go pay your car. That's Kimbro, I got a midterm, man. I haven't had anything to eat. Okay, man, here, go run up to McDonald's before you take that fine. That's Kimbro, they're about to evict me, man. That's Kimbro, man, about to throw my baby out of daycare, man. Well, how much is it, man? I'm 2 weeks behind. Okay, go ahead, tell them you'll come up with the rest. And then the child graduates, and now they are earning $60,000 to $70,000 a year. So I'm about the movement, man. You don't want to be around me if you're not about that. Not a good picture, not a good fit. And I will never apologize for it. Now, you're talking about there's 5 to 7 pricing strategies. You can always tell when corporate America who they're going after. Because Black America has been denied, because we have been thrown under the bus, what do we want? We want recognition. And that's what many, that's what, many, when you talk about corporate America, are going after that consumer. You can always tell them they're going after Black America. Why? They're leading with recognition. And how can you tell them they're leading with recognition? Just close your eyes and listen to the commercial. Be the first on the block. Be the envy of the neighborhood. Be the talk of the town. You know what they're going after? They're going after Aisha. They're going after Women Nation, man. All right? What is the buying strategy of white America? When you're talking about white America, you're talking about white males. Okay? What do they want? They want to keep their investments sound. They want to know that their investments are in good hands. You're in good hands with Allstate. Keep your investments sound. Keep your growth strategy online. You know who they're going after. So that's all I would say. And again, this entire game is about mindset. I told my students about a number of folks who, completely, totally, you'd be shocked, the number of folks completely, totally unannounced spoke in my class. How many folks have, drove the car up on CAU's campus, parked the car to run into my class and speak? And I remember when T.I. spoke in my class, and after class, T.I. said, "Dr. Moore, you got a second?" I said, "Sure." So he takes me out, and he shows me his brand new Bentley SUV. He said, "Man, get in, man, sit in the seat. I'm gonna close the door, I'm gonna cut the lights on." And in that Bentley, they have the star lights. You cut the lights on, it's like the whole image of the sky with stars coming out. And I'm saying, "Whoa, man." He's showing me all the bells and whistles. "Here, let me crank it up for you." And I'm just looking at it and I said, "Man, good for you. I'm so proud of you, blah, blah, blah." And then as I hug him and tell him goodbye, he says, "Dr. Kimbro, I know what you're thinking." And we look at each other. He said, "Don't worry, I'm taking care of my money." He owns about $40 million worth of real estate here in Atlanta. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And I tell my students, all right, so you go in and you buy a Hyundai, you go in there and you get a Toyota, they sit you down, they want to go ahead, fill out your financial statement. They go, take a look at your credit report. How do folks buy a Bentley? How do they buy a Rolls Royce? Big difference. You got a number of Bentley and Rolls Royce dealerships right here in the Atlanta area. I'll tell you how they buy one. You walk through the door, and as soon as they see you walk through the door, they just give you the keys. You want to take a test drive? Here's the keys. And as they hand you the keys, they ask one question: who's your money manager? And you tell them who handles your money. They pick up the phone, and they go ahead and they call J.P. Morgan Chase, and they call whoever. They call Truist, or they call, whoever, and they say, "Yeah, here I am. We're at the Bentley dealership, and Mr. Muhammad just walked in, and he's about to test drive." "Oh, I do want, yeah, give him whatever he wants. Let him, he's in good shape. Let him buy whatever he wants." And they place the keys in your hand. You're not looking at a credit report. You ain't filling out any paperwork. You see, in economics, that's called velocity. And what my race needs right now in economics is slow. What you want is slow velocity. All right, so one of my oldest granddaughter, she's in college. She calls me up and she hits me up for money, and I go ahead and I Zelle her some money. Well, you see, she has fast velocity. The money that I send her will make a fast difference to her bottom line. But let's fast forward the videotape maybe 5, 6, 7 years into her life. Now, this child is 26, 27 years old. I send her the same amount of money, and she won't even know that it's in her bank account. Why? It's got slow velocity. What you want is slow velocity. If I gave you 10 grand, it may or may not have a difference on your bottom line. Why? You got slow velocity. But if I gave you 10 grand right now, in terms of reparations, you would blow it. You would spend every dime. He wouldn't even know it. I got nieces and nephews out there. I lost one of my sister-in-laws, and she left behind the house, and they sold the house and they divided it between all of them. And that occurred almost a year ago. See how many of my nieces and nephews have any of that money left. Why? They have fast velocity. You want slow velocity. And that's all I'm saying. Give us the rudiments. Teach us. We don't know. What did W.B. Du Bois and what did Mary McLeod Bethune, what do they both say? Teach the children well. That's all we're trying to do, so we don't have to repeat the same mistake again.